and I'm not gonna back down. I'm gonna stand up to it gladly in the name of the Lord. I'm gonna stand up to it and not back down and expose that evil for what it is.
That is probably the most important thing that anybody can do, is to get emboldened, is to get courageous. I think one of the frustrating elements of the Christian church today, the sad state of the Christian church today, a lot of churches, not every church, but a lot of churches, they are content on sitting in the pews and singing a bunch of songs, and then listening to a bunch of Bible verses, and then having a donut.
And these stupid songs are supposed to be worship music, and they just, they just sound like,
Yeah, I mean, this is basically what church has become, a place to sing songs and eat a donut. And it's not like, and I like songs. I like singing and, writing music. I'm a musician myself, and I like donuts too. Donuts are yummy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, everybody loves those things, but the thing is that so much of our time is precious, and I believe we're wasting a lot of time talking about inconsequential matters when there's a real war. There's a real war out there.
That's
People are literally trying to rape your freedoms away from you. And you have a choice. And especially I'm talking to the men, the Christian men out there. Because unfortunately, a lot of the women are getting emboldened in the church. I see a lot of women being emboldened, which is a good thing, always a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's imbalanced when you don't have the the Christian men. Where are you guys? You guys are so impotent and so flaccid. Yeah. I need you guys to stand up, start taking some action, start standing up for yourself. Whether it's promoting information to make people aware, or to call your senators, or to organize a protest or something. I mean, where are the leaders? Where are the male leaders in our society? I don't see it. I don't see as much of it. I think, Mark, that contributes to a large part of this problem.
Yeah. Well, they got to stop watching football games, which is all fake anyway. It's just a performance, just a show. Stop watching soap operas, which is designed for women. It's not even good for women.
Yeah.
And stop thinking about all their vain possessions, because it's not going to do them a bit of good.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up the football analogy, because it pretty much seems like football is now, it's more popular than the Constitution. It's more popular than the Star-Spangled Banner. It's more popular than, having a barbecue with your friends, enjoying the big and the small freedoms that America provides. Football is literally everything. Football defines politics these days, and you also notice that football is becoming more effeminate. With the don't touch the quarterback, and we have all these race for the cure for breast cancer, and guys wearing pink shoes and pink gloves, and I'm
pink bracelets around long hair.
Whatever the case may be, and this whole inclusion and diversity month, and Hispanic month, and we'll have the referee speak in Spanish for the first play of the game. It's like, wait. What is going on here? Literally football and video games. Football and video games. And video games about football they have literally transformed the entire culture in America.
Yeah. That's really America's pastime now.
It is.
But it's just too much. It's just hours and hours of wasted time.
It is hours and hours of wasting time, and there's a lot of weird occurrences, I would say, a lot of weird events that occur in organized sports. And it's no secret that a lot of, I can't speak for international organizations, but it's no secret that there's a lot of shenanigans involved in sports. Even with international sports like in the Olympics, some of the subjective sports like figure skating, there's a lot of conspiracy and controversy surrounding how the judges rank the skaters, for example. And there's a lot of inconsistencies there. In football, there seems to be a lot of inconsistencies as well. Like, we have questions now as to, is a catch really a catch? Weird things like that. And some of the rules are enforced in a very inconsistent manner. Did you watch the Super Bowl 50?
I did, and I think that's going to be the last one I ever watched.
Yeah, I agree with you because, at the time I was just enjoying it for what it was. And then, I started to think about this. And, it's really weird that Peyton Manning, he really didn't show up at all. For most of the game, he really didn't show up at all. He was throughout the entire game, he was literally a sad shell of himself. And in the second half, the entire Denver Broncos team produced no offense. I mean, they had like a record 11 or 12 consecutive times that they failed to convert on third down. I mean, and if you watch that game, you will see that they had like a 6-point lead or something, and they were like nursing that. They were nursing that, and they kept running the ball. Just straight up the gut. So boring, so predictable. And I thought for sure that the Carolina Panthers were going to come back because there's no way that, and the Panthers were having an off day. I mean, let's just be fair. But when you were given that many chances, I mean, I'm sorry, when you fail to convert 11, 12 third downs in a row, that might as well be an interception because essentially that's a turnover. For such a high-powered offense to fail to, score against such a lopsided team. I understand the Broncos had a world-class defense. I'm not taking anything away from that, but usually there's not that good of a defense against an athletic quarterback that can throw with fast, wide receivers. I mean, it's very, very difficult, even with a world-class defense, to pretty much shut down such a high-powered, talented, fast, mobile offense.
Yeah.
It seemed a little bit...
That's why it was strange that he was sacked so many times.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit... I don't know. It seemed a little bit strange. And the fact that... this is like, isn't it weird? It's like it's such a storybook ending for Peyton Manning. Now, I respect the man. I really do. I have nothing against the man. I in fact was rooting for him, and it's great that he had this picture perfect ending. But it just seemed just so scripted. am I out of line to say that it seems so scripted?
No, you're not out of line. You may respect him, but I don't. I say he's a bum.
Yeah.
And he can't throw. He's completely carried. They didn't score one offensive touchdown until the referees put him in position and gave it to him at the half-yard line.
Uh-huh.
Then they converted one third down attempt, I think. They took some offensive plays away from Carolina. And then Cam Newton, I saw that play over and over again when he fumbled the ball. It kind of stepped towards it and pulled back immediately. I mean, he pulled back so hard. It was obvious when a Bronco was going for the ball. I mean, it was completely obvious he did not want to touch the ball. It was he's saying, "Here, give it to me." It was so bad. Even the Broncos defense, which I'm sure a lot of them didn't know what was going on, but they were accusing the Panthers of not trying, not wanting the game, or throwing it. When the opposing team accuses you of that, that's pathetic. That's pathetic, man.
Yeah.
Well,
so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. All it takes is to have one or two key player or two in your pocket, and have the officials, at least one of the officials, one or two, and when you turn a call or you don't make a call that you should, it's called a missed call.
Mm-hmm.
It just changes the whole momentum of the game.
Right.
The whole momentum of the game. So that when they took that pass away from I forget who it was, caught that long pass. It was obviously a catch. They didn't even give on the replay. They didn't even give an explanation. They just said the play stands as called. It's incomplete. Okay, give an explanation. You could say it's inconclusive or whatever. We can't overrule the call. But no, it's the play stands as called. And then on the very next play, I think it was when the Denver recovered that ball in the end zone, the defense. See right there, that was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Absolutely. I wanted to go back a few sentences to what you said about Cam Newton. A lot of people, a lot of sports analysts accused Cam Newton of cowardice, that he just didn't want it. But what you're saying, are you implying that the fix was in, essentially?
I think so. I think it was set. The stage was set for Manning to get his second Super Bowl ring before he retired, because he just couldn't keep playing that long. He's getting hit and beaten up. He had to tie his brother, and so he had to do it for Daddy. Daddy Archie Manning, who was probably a Freemason. They had to do it for him. They had everybody in their pockets. Probably included the owner. Okay. So and I think he's the first guy to win a Super Bowl. They don't seem to talk about on two different teams. To win a championship on two different teams. Yeah. I don't know of any others.
I think he's the only one. I think there's been a lot of great quarterbacks that played, that won a Super Bowl with one team, like, for example, Joe Montana. I think Joe Montana, at the tail end of his career, played for the Kansas City Chiefs, but he was never as effective as when he was with the 49ers, and that's pretty much obvious when you're playing at a very, very high level. At a certain point, you just get too old for the game, or you just been taking, maybe not necessarily age, but you've just been taking way too many hits over the years, and you're just not, your body just conks out. And I think that's very natural. I mean, even John Elway, he rightfully admitted that his body just could not take it, and he got his 2 Super Bowls consecutively, and he walked away from the game. I think it's very interesting that Peyton Manning, what was he, like 39 years old? He's the oldest quarterback to win a Super Bowl. To be a starting quarterback that won the Super Bowl at his age. Yeah. And yet it's so weird, because seeing him again, I have to emphasize that he was a sad shell of his former self. Not that that's a bad thing, because his previous self was phenomenal, but he just looked so impotent. I mean, he looked like a high school football quarterback, and playing against a very well-oiled, professional team. And it just seems so scripted. It just seems so improbable. I mean the Vegas bookies, I think they lost a ton of money on this game, because the odds were stacked against the Broncos, as they should be, and yet here. Yeah,
because Carolina's so high-powered.
Exactly.
This is what trumps the bookies in Vegas and anywhere else, is when there's somebody that has a particular interest involved. Mm-hmm. They have the clout and the connections. So Manning is just a paper champion. He's just a jerk. He's arrogant. And I would tell that to his face. To me, he's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. It doesn't impress me from day one.